My name is Lara and I have a story of hope. 5 years ago, I decided to make my first ever film, a feature documentary about the freedom struggle of Tibet. I quit my job with my meagre life savings and a few credit cards. I began a project or an adventure that would really change my life forever. I did encounter quite a few obstacles and challenges, of course, but one of my most incredible highlights was spending an hour with the Dalai Lama in an exclusive interview in New Delhi. At the end of that interview, when we were having our photos taken, I remember I was standing close to him and he held my hand and he held it so tight and he kept squeezing it. And I remember at that point thinking, this is all the inspiration I need to go back and somehow find a way to get this film finished. 3 months later, I was in Fremantle at the Australian International Documentary Conference and I get a phone call from someone I'd never met before, and this person begins to explain that he just read a pamphlet that I'd sent out and he was very keen to support this project, and we spoke about where I was at and what I was doing and what my plans were, and he asked me how much money I needed. And I told him I needed $139,000, and I always remember that figure exactly. Thinking to myself, okay, well, that's what I need, but there's no way I'm going to get this sort of money. So 10 minutes later, I get a text message, and it's from the same man I'd just spoken to, and he said, Lara, we just had the discussion about your film. I want to donate $100,000. I hope that gets you over the line. Stop selling your clothes and furniture and get the film finished. And I remember jumping up in the air in the main street at Fremantle, not really caring what people were thinking about me. And I called a cousin of mine to say, oh, you wouldn't believe it, I just got someone who's going to donate $100,000. I can finish this film and get it out there. And I remember my cousin saying, yeah, Lara, things like that don't happen, don't get too excited. Anyway, I got back home to Adelaide, and 3 days later in my post box there was a cheque for $100,000 as promised. I finished the film. I got it shown in about 14 international film festivals. It was screened around Australia, and I managed to get it onto 2 international broadcast stations. And that's why I believe in hope.